Okay, yes, Dr. Monks is on the call, and I just wanted to welcome him and invite him to say a few words from a university and research standpoint. Thank you very much, Dr. Monks, for being with us.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for giving me a chance to sit in with you. And and I know you're thinking, I hope he's not going to make this a long time, so I won't. One of the things that I was listening to the last few minutes of everyone speaking, and I was thinking, the Angela mentioned what kind of tools do you need and the boots on the ground, and I don't have such a keen eye anymore, but I do the best I can. One of the things that I think is that I really appreciate, and I hope everyone does, is the forethought and insight that she and Ryan Heiniger have been giving from the standpoint of using the drone technology to get even more information out of our official variety trials. It's really, it takes a lot of thought and work to pull the information like they're having out. Just think about, so she was able to see from a different uh, viewpoint the plots, and could see the fact that different varieties in or cultivars of this of wheat have different tolerance to what phosphorus is doing in the soil, for example. Used to used to not being that long ago, from in my mind anyway. Way we would see that is we'd walk through the plots, we'd think something looked a little bit different, and then we'd climb up on the back of the pickup truck and try to look at it and say, boy, yeah, it looks like something might be different from plot to plot, and that'd be pretty much the end of it, because we didn't have that. But I appreciate what they're doing. I hope you do too as well. Another thing was when you said what kind of equipment. I've taught class a lot through the years, and one thing I always tell my students and the county agents that I've worked with is to is the other thing you need besides boots and a keen eye is stick a shovel in the back of the truck, or a hand spade or something. Don't pull up plants. You pull the roots off. You don't know what's going on. Uh, Also, I spend a lot of time down in South Alabama, and it won't be long before rattlesnakes and copperheads are out. And so having something handy is not all bad either. Also, a lot of dogs down there. That's a whole different story. A quick thing too. I want to tell you from the standpoint of research and extension, and what I do. I'm associate director for extension. I'm program leader for ag and natural resources and community development. But I want to thank you if you're on the commodity board of any kind for the checkoff money that comes in for our research and our extension programs. Thank you so much for that. If you're a benefactor of that, like we are in extension, for helping support our on-farm demonstrations or meetings or whatever it is, I want to thank you for that too, because that is not free. That is something that our producers have supported and continue to support, and we are very appreciative of that. A couple of things that are happening for us, that we're working on a lot in extension, is this has to do with farm workers and vaccination programs. And right now, it seems that the farm worker vaccination program really is centering up on like H-2A workers and those with J-1 visas, and some of that's people coming in from outside the state, congregate living, that kind of thing. So those things are being discussed a lot, and a lot of that's in horticulture crops, sweet potatoes, that sort of thing. And then the last thing is that I'll say is, current guidelines, I think, from the governor's office as far as meetings and that sort of thing go. I believe the other a day or so ago he said, well, we're at this until toward the end of February from the standpoint of numbers and that kind of thing. But extension has very much the capability and the desire to be in the field, to do things. And so one-on-one meetings, or troubleshooting calls, anything that we can do outside. We're up to 50 folks outside, distanced and all that, and mask and all that kind of stuff. But but there's a real pent up demand from everybody in extension for sure, and research as well, to be out in the field. And I think we'll see that as soon as the weather breaks just a little bit. Again, I came here a little over a year or so ago, and this is like the second time or third time my kids have ever seen any kind of snow, much less snow that stuck to the ground, you might say. So anyway, thank you for everything that you do. I appreciate you and your families, everything you do for us and extension, for the extension folks. Thank you for everything you do for our families and our producers across the state. And I hope you have a safe year. I hope you have a great harvest and coming up in the spring and summer, but just be safe and thank you so much for letting me to say a few words.